Yes, we've changed our name. We are no longer Life Force Canada. We're being called to expand our community. We are changing the name from Life Force Canada to Life Force Nation. Hmm. The Canada we once knew or thought we knew is definitely no more. As we know, Canada's a corporation and the governing systems are doing everything they can to restrict freedoms for citizens, residents, persons. So it's going to be essential that we expand our horizons. As many of you know, last year I had a vision in my meditation, and the name Life Force Nation was shown to be the path to transcend the old world and embrace the new earth. And it's very, very exciting. And the feedback, the positive feedback that we've been receiving has been incredible. We're just going to show you the home page. Please be patient with us because this is a big job for us transitioning the name in all of our platforms. Now, the word nation is symbolic. It's really about expansion. It's about belonging. We're not here to limit ourselves to a jurisdiction. We're here to expand our boundaries as living women and men. So we can choose to live anywhere at any time. And again, we're defining nation as a large group of conscious women and men who are forming a community, while sharing a common vision, and then claiming the right to govern ourselves. And we're also here to, really just imagine being surrounded by people who are committed to growth, just like you, right? Where your wins are celebrated, you are supported in your challenges, and your transformation is really amplified by the collective energy of Life Force Nation. When we announced the name change at our Sovereign Living Conference in September, we witnessed a lot of excitement. So this is a very special time. Yes. Thank you, Christine. We are not a dead entity. Thank you, Esther. And just if you want to scroll down, I would love for everyone to take a look at the homepage because we also are explaining what a parallel society is. It's important for everyone to really get that. Sovereignty is not about rebellion. It's about reclamation and remembrance. So we're here to fly high out of Babylon. And as you know, we're also offering two membership options, one free. And then, of course, the private member option is where you get a chance to receive the Sovereignty Activation Manual. It's over 200 pages. Everyone that has it is really excited about it and enjoying it. And that's what we go through module by module in the private member meetings that we meet 3 times a month. Only $10 a meeting. Thank you, Esther. Appreciate it. Greetings from Ontario, Deborah. Oh, thank you, Karen, for putting the website link in the chat. Love it. Okay, so tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. It's what we do in our private member meetings. Instead of a Q&A, I'm going to ask you, as I go through our presentation tonight, to let me know what landed for you, what your takeaway is. So as I move through this presentation, I want you to write in the chat what your big aha moment is, like what I say that goes, oh, that makes so much sense, or that resonates with me. What is that one specific thing that I'm going to say tonight that makes you get it? It's like, aha. And then share it in the chat because if it lands for you, it means that it's going to be landing for others. And then we can shift our energy together. Okay. Yay. Why people think you're crazy when you tell them your truth. Yes, I think we've all experienced that, right? Do you ever notice that moment when you finally tell someone your truth, your big no turning back truth? They look at you like you're crazy. You know the look? What? What? Like you just announced that you're quitting your job and you're going to go start a llama farm in Peru because your spirit guides told you to do so. So let me tell you something, okay? That look, what? That's the universal face of discomfort meeting freedom. Makes sense, doesn't it? So the one that's giving you the face, it's the face of discomfort meeting you, sharing a truth, which amplifies your freedom. Kataka, they think I'm crazy my whole life. I get it. So when you start speaking your truth, you automatically enroll in a club that nobody warned you about. Welcome to the Freedom Movement. So again, let me know in the chat what people have called you. What have people called you when you spoke your truth? I've been called unrealistic. I've been called, oh, don't listen to Karen. She's just going through a phase. Or naive, David hippie, Carol a rebel. Dylan said I must have joined a cult. Yes, exactly. Esther, you're so out of touch. Yes, definitely. Sherry full of yes. Very good. Conspiracy theorist. Yes. Oh, you're one of those. Thank you, Jacqueline. Shara wackadoodle. Very good. So let's get real for a second because people don't actually think that you're crazy. They think that your beliefs are crazy. It is your certainty that's actually scaring them because it reminds them of the times that they have possibly ignored their truth and you've changed is really just that I'm scared that you're showing me what I could be, and they're not ready for that yet. So people say they want truth, and you've probably heard me say this many, many times, but they're so afraid of it. And your evolution triggers their survival instinct. So here's the thing about truth. It is magnetic once you get to a certain place, but in the very beginning, it can be a lonely place. How many of you agree? In the very beginning, when you start speaking your truth, it can be a lonely place. And you know that you're not alone. You know, you're with Source, but you stepped out of a sphere of reality where you were following maybe other people's opinions and ideas, and now it's like, no more. And I think 2020 changed that for a lot of people, right? Yeah, lots of yeses. Yeah, so we're here to expand our consciousness. And when you start living your truth, you're going to outgrow people. You're going to outgrow places. You're going to outgrow belief systems, even parts of yourself. And that's how it's supposed to be. So I've created the 7 layers of truth. I actually created this in a download for my clients just recently, actually, this year. And it's magical. My clients start getting it, why they're having arguments with their spouse, etc. And it just dawned on me that I could apply this to the freedom movement. So here we are. So it really is going to showcase to you why people call you crazy or leave your reality as you begin to express your truth. So here I'm going to showcase to you that truth isn't one single thing. It's a mirror that changes as we rise up in consciousness. You might want to have a pen and paper ready. Okay, so these 7 layers, I have them, they look like a ladder, but they're not. In reality, it's really a spiral. We're rising up in consciousness. And it means that we're going to revisit. We can spiral down, go up and down as we are evolving. And you begin to realize that everyone has a truth that's real for them. It's real for them at their level of consciousness because everyone filters reality through their own frequency, through their own set of belief systems, and through their own wounds, unhealed wounds. So every soul perceives truth according to their frequency. So what one calls truth at a lower level of consciousness, it may look like illusion to another who is at a higher level. Okay, let's get to it. Deborah, I feel we have to go easy on people now. Yes, we do. And I'm going to be talking about that. As we get more boxed in by these beasts, people are feeling it even more. It is truly scary for most when they awaken to the truth. Yes, it is, Deborah. Thank you. I think you're going to find this really beneficial. Jacqueline, definitely alone at the beginning, then finding communities. Yes, that's exactly what this whole transition was all about. Lou, isn't truth as opposed to one's perception or beliefs? Well, I'm going to get into that, Lou. Okay, so layer one. So layer one, this is survival truth. This is the realm of safety and control. This is baseline. At this level, truth is only about survival. People aren't looking for expansion here. They're looking for safety. And their nervous system is running the show. If it feels safe, then it's true. If it feels safe, then it's true. If it threatens my stability, it's false. So they cling to external authorities. They cling to anything that's outside of them, to systems because the systems are giving them the perception of security, gives them a perception of certainty. They want rules. They don't want exposure. Awareness here is really limited to the physical only, to the five senses. So what they can see, what they can touch, what they can measure. Anything beyond that, they can't see. They're wearing blinders. It's like, nope, it's not real. I can't see it. It's not real. Okay. So the fear, there's a lot of fear of truth here because truth, again, threatens safety. So if you were ever, say you're vibrating here in heart truth, and you're trying to convince people who are in level one, they're going to fight you all the way. They are not going to find agreement with you. They're going to be thinking you're crazy, right? Because they cannot perceive this level of truth here. They're not there. And when you're trying to convince anyone at these lower levels, you're shaking the foundation of their reality. And yes, all of our realities were shaken. But however, because we are connected to soul truth, etc., and I'll get into that, we had to go through what we went through. So there's different levels of consciousness that we're going to be experiencing even as we move forward. So again, the fear of truth here is deep because truth threatens safety. It shakes the illusion of control. But yet, this is where most people are living in today's world. Most people are living here until something cracks. There has to be a crack in the illusion, and that is usually when there's crisis, right? Your life is being threatened. Trauma, tragedy, breakdown. a moment where systems are failing, that's where truth gets in. Some people still don't want to see it though. So people believe only what protects them here. People are operating here, see truth as, again, external authority only. So people fear higher levels of truth because, again, truth is going to demand death. Not physical, of course. No such thing. This is death of illusion. It is death of the identity, death of the ego, death of safety. And people will do anything to resist truth. Religious beliefs, exactly. Yes. So people will surround themselves with beliefs that feel safe, even if those beliefs are massively creating limitation. So any truth that challenges that structure is perceived as dangerous and false. And then that's when they reject you. They reject you. They push you out of their reality because they cannot handle any higher truth. And this is why awakening often begins with crisis. Something, that again shakens the foundation. It forces Awakening forces them to look at what they've built their world around, and a lot of people are living in illusion, unfortunately. Yes. T says survival mode now. Absolutely. Yes, Peter, people do not like change. Okay, so now we move into layer 2, which is emotional truth. This is the realm of feeling. It's a realm of validation. Okay, so we're still in the realm of perception here. Here's perspective. So perception is the way your mind filters the world, showing what your current state of consciousness is, or what your current state of consciousness allows you to see. And perspective is, again, higher level of awareness that lets you see beyond the blinders, beyond the filters, to a greater understanding where we're connected to soul and our higher self and source, etc. Okay. So here in this layer, truth becomes really personal. This is where it's emotional truth because it is what I feel is what's true. What I feel is what's true. It's a lovely place to be. It's beautiful, but it's really messy emotionally. Because it's beautiful because the heart just cracked open. The heart is waking up. But emotions here are mistaken for truth itself. So one day they're feeling joy, the next moment fear, and it's that emotional roller coaster. And the person, because they're persons, they're not living men and women. They're still in the identity of the person, and they believe that the emotion is reality, that all emotions are reality, not just energy moving through the body. Yes, Katika, people are prone to accept dogma in any aspect of life, spiritual, religious, political, sports, yes. So this level often resists new perspectives because identity is fused with emotion here. So there's a big fear of truth here because truth is going to be experienced through a lot of emotional pain, through identifying shame or getting real with rejection. Again, if it hurts, it must mean something's wrong. If it feels good, it means something's right. And this individual begins to realize there's more than logic or structure, that emotions carry messages. As we begin to have a deeper understanding of the emotional body, emotion is energy in motion. So, fear of truth here is really about emotional overwhelm. And we've all been here, we've all experienced these levels. Especially if we are diving into different rabbit holes and realizing another truth. And it's like, oh my gosh, another bubble's popped. Oh, and that can cause us to break down sobbing emotionally. And then when we've gone through too many rabbit holes, gone down too many rabbit holes, then we can be in emotional overwhelm. And we need to stop here. We need to stop and take a break. Okay. But this is where people who are in this layer of emotional truth, it's all about if you agree with me, then I'm going to feel safe. If you don't agree with me, I'm going to feel rejected. It's the playground of projection. They're emotional reactive instead of emotionally responsive. So this is the realm of where my feelings equal my truth. They don't realize that feelings are not fact. So when someone's in emotional truth, they're learning to trust their feelings again. They just haven't realized that feelings are projection. They're projecting their emotions outwardly, thinking that you are the cause of what's moving within themselves when you're not the cause. Nothing external is the cause. It's all mindset. It's the thoughts that are creating the energy of fear. So, for example, you can give your spouse or a friend some advice or feedback, and then they take it personally. They begin to shut down, saying that you're too harsh. And what's really happening is your words have activated an insecurity that they haven't faced yet. So their emotions feel so real and they treat them as truth. But again, it's just their nervous system reacting. It's not actual evidence that you've done something wrong. Okay? Yeah, there's moments you may have behaved inappropriately, and those are the moments you need to apologize, of course. Okay, you maybe said something that you shouldn't have said, and you need to apologize. That's not what I'm really referring to here, right? My father used to always say, there's only one truth, usually his own. Yes, T, thank you. So again, if you're dealing with someone who is, in level two, so the next time you're with someone who's very emotional, you can think, they're an emotional truth. This is real for them. So we're not here to shame them. We're not here to make them wrong because you're grounded. You're here in a higher perspective, right? So you're not here to shrink back. You're not here to react. You're not here to take it personally. You're grounded in your sovereignty, self-governing, because you know that they're not actually reacting to you. They're reacting to their own inner emotional landscape. They just don't know what to do with that energy. They haven't been taught. It's like a tornado inside. Most people cannot hold the voltage of truth. Okay, layer number 3 is mental truth. This is the realm of logic and control. We saw a lot of this in the media in the last 5 years. So this is where perception now is logic. It's all about logic. Truth is logic only. If I can't explain it, it's not real. And this is where the ego wants to understand everything and wants to categorize the science. It only wants experts to define everything. The ego just wants to understand everything. So imagine someone is exploring the idea of meditation. At the mind logic level, okay, they might say, meditation is only going to work if there's scientific evidence proving that it can change the brain and assist with releasing anger. And if I can't measure it, I can't track it, I can't explain it exactly how it works, well then, what's the point? I will not accept that it has any real benefit. So here, the ego is the driving force in life. And any mystical experience, any intuition, any expression from up here, which is me a lot, these people here are not going to tune in. They're not going to get me at all. And we all need to be okay with people not getting us. We need to be okay with that. See, people in this layer, number 3, are just seeking certainty, order, facts, evidence. Everything has to make sense. So fear of truth here is the loss of that certainty. They have a difficult time admitting that they're wrong. I had one friend of mine, through all my friends that I don't see anymore since 2020, one friend actually came to me and admitted that she was wrong, and she sincerely apologized, and she had tears in her eyes, and it was like, I just was not where you were at. I didn't get what you were talking about. I didn't get anything. And now I see she shifted her from perception to perspective. So it does happen, and many, many people now are awakening to a higher truth. They want to learn. And that's where you need to say, hey, come on over to lifeforcenation.ca. I just had to put that plug in there. Okay, so truth doesn't live in facts. It lives in who knows? Who knows where truth lives? Truth does not live in facts. It lives in frequency. The mind is meant to serve the soul, not the other way around. So as we shift into higher levels of consciousness, we realize that logic, it's just a tool. It's just a tool, not the truth itself. Not the truth itself. Truth exists far beyond the 3D mind. I trust a lot of I trust a lot that what I'm saying is landing for you. Are you enjoying this so far? Yay? Let me know. Thumbs up, hearts. Okay, layer number 4, one of my favorite. Yay. Heart truth. This is the realm of reflection and empathy. This layer really is a turning point because we go beyond the self now. This is the first real jump in consciousness right here at level 4 or layer 4. It's the beginning of conscious love. So it's here where your higher self now takes the wheel of your life. So the ego has been the driving force, right? Driving the force of one's life. And now the higher self is in the driver's seat, and the ego now is in the back seat. The ego's in the back seat and it's yelling, "We're all gonna die." That's the old programming dissolving because your new reality now is loading. It's like the brain is a computer, that mind, the level of mind. If you think of it as software, it's like a software update. You know, when on your computer the system glitches, freezes, and then you need to update it, and then you update it, and then you need to restart your computer. And then when it comes back online, everything is running smoother. That's what it's like. Your life runs so much smoother when you have your higher self at the wheel. Yeah. So instead of making judgment about anyone below heart level, because we've all been here, all of us, right? We begin to see that life is a mirror. Every relationship is reflecting parts of you that you couldn't see before. You recognize your projections, your shadows, your patterns, etc. And if there's any fear here, it's the fear of seeing you in the mirror, seeing where you have actually been the mirror the whole time. And if you can stay open here, because if there's a goal in life, the purpose here is to keep our heart open, is to open the heart fully, to never close it because someone says something that you don't like. We're here to keep the heart open always and in all ways. Because as you do, then you spiral up higher. So this is about birthing empathy, compassion, connection, and I mean authentic connection. Yes, Claire and Carol, life now is in the realm of ease and grace. Exactly. Thanks, Kathleen. Appreciate you. Thank you, Sherry, Karen. Excellent. Okay, now energetically, as you know, when you raise your frequency, you start speaking a new language. And people who haven't tuned in yet can't hear you. They cannot hear you because you're in a completely different reality. And that's why we can see so many different layers and levels of consciousness, because every layer is a different reality. It's like blasting truth, like divine truth to someone on Bluetooth when their soul is still on airplane mode. They haven't they haven't taken they haven't taken their soul off airplane mode yet because they're not ready for that expansion. Oh, it's too scary. Or it's like speaking quantum. I'm in the quantum realm a lot when other people are still thinking in calendar years. Same world, different frequencies, all different layers of consciousness. And that's why we say at Life Force Canada. See, I'm learning. Life Force Nation is on our website on the homepage. I have there, what is a parallel society? We need to have those words on the homepage to define what a parallel society is. Because we're all going to be in the same world, different levels of consciousness. And those who are wanting to let go of restriction and limitation and fear are going to want to come over to the parallel society where natural law, creator law, abundance, truth, higher levels of truth reside. So anyone here, again, in this level, okay, even though it's a heart level, there's still going to be some fear there, and it can be where nothing. It's like you know that your truth needs to be updated, and you recognize that you're in the level of perception, but you still can drop down you can still drop down into perception. So you're fluctuating between perception and perspective at this level because you're learning to expand the heart, but then the heart still closes because there's still some resonant old energies here that need to be dissolved and released. But it won't take you long at all. So when someone realizes truth isn't mine or yours, it is ours collectively, then your awareness begins to expand from the me to the we. And you start to see that everyone's truth is shaped by their level of experience, their conditioning, their frequency. So your truth is that your truth has been updated. And the ones who are calling you crazy, they still haven't, they're still trying to download. So we need to give them grace. We need to give them grace. Yes. So write this down. You know that you're rising up when you can say to yourself, your truth doesn't threaten mine. Your truth doesn't threaten my truth. And this is where you no longer react. You just listen. And you begin to see that every interaction with anyone is it's like a spiritual classroom. It's very exciting, isn't it? Yay. Okay, let's look at level 5 now. Soul truth. This is the realm of energy and resonance. This is where the veil lifts. And you realize everyone's truth, again, is simply the frequency they're vibrating at. So here, truth becomes energetic now. It's no longer about survival. It's not emotional. It's not logical. It's about energy now. It's about frequency. And you begin to feel truth in your body. You start noticing when something resonates, not because it sounds right, but because it feels right. You sense alignment here. And feeling aligned is about what resonates with your highest good. It's not about reacting to survival anymore. Survival blueprints, survival thoughts, survival, I'm in lack. We don't believe in those thoughts anymore because they're not true. You trust the energy more than you do evidence. And because you realize that everyone's truth matches their frequency, there's no need to debate anyone anymore. There's no need to convince anyone anymore. You're always here. You're opening your field up as an invitation for people to come to you. And when you're resonating in soul truth, you are an open invitation. So you're going to be drawing people because they want to come to you. They want to learn more through you. And that is how we are going to be teaching moving forward. We don't need to push ourselves out there anymore. You are the magnet, the magnet. You are magnifying truth, and those who are rising up are going to be drawn to you automatically, automatically. So at this level, truth is no longer about being right. Our beliefs begin to dissolve because we move back beyond the belief system to knowing and then to remembering. And again, we see everything in life as frequency based. And you again start to feel what's true beyond your words. And again, the fear that comes up here is this is where the invisible realms that the realms that have been invisible begin showing themselves to you. And at first it'd be going because it's a new reality. You have not been here before and you need to adjust to it. And it's in the adjustment to the next level of consciousness that can be a little bit scary. Yeah. Okay, so we're again, you stop chasing and start allowing here. Okay, layer 6 is universal truth. This is the realm of unity and oneness. And there's no separation now between self and source. Truth becomes a living vibration. And you begin to see again the divine pattern in all things. We're no longer against the government. How many times have I said that? You're no longer projecting out your raw anger. Because where does that take you? If you're mad at the government, what layer are you at? You're at level 1 and 2. And that's not who we are. Because we need to, at layer 6, in universal truth, you begin to realize that the government and all of the systems are here just to wake people up. That's the only purpose they have. Because it's all illusion. It's not even real. So why get mad at something that's not even real? The amazing thing is that when you're at this level of consciousness, there's no fear of the future. Write that down. There's no fear of the future. This is a dimension of expanded consciousness. You are awakened to the interconnection of everything, every experience, every soul, even NPCs, all of it. It's all here for our own awakening. Every choice is a part of the divine orchestration. And this is where I teach natural law in the private member meeting. And this is where, so natural law is for the 3D realm. And then as we're shifting in consciousness, the law of polarity, we transcend it here. There's no good and bad, wrong and right here. It just melts together into wholeness. So truth is not something we're finding. It's something that you are becoming. And as you know, I don't have my book here, living in the freedom frequency. Everything above the line is your natural state of being. Everything. So here on level 6, this is the birth of wisdom. You start seeing every person, every experience, every painful manifestation We own our good manifestations, but we don't want to own our painful ones. We're the ones manifesting everything, everything. We're manifesting it all. We're manifesting the contrast so that we evolve. So you begin to see life here at the level 6 because this is your higher self. I'm going to share a story, and this story was shared to me by Greg Braden many, many years ago. He came to Calgary. It was so great because it's a story about your higher self. And it's where you see yourself and you're in a canoe and you're just rowing down this river, and it's a sunny day, sun shining, and you're just having so much fun as you're rowing down this river in your canoe. And your higher self is an eagle flying high, and your higher self can see for miles. And you're here on the river, canoeing, having fun, and your higher self flies down, comes down, and says to you, go to the shore, go to the shore. And you're like, are you kidding? I'm not going to the shore. I'm having fun in my canoe. So your higher self goes back up, flying high, and you're just enjoying yourself on this beautiful sunny day. And then your higher self comes back down and says, go to the shore, go to the shore. And you're like, stop it. No, I'm not going to the shore. I'm just going to keep on canoeing here because it's a beautiful day. I mean, look, this is amazing. So your higher self goes back up, flying high, can see all. And then your higher self comes back down one more time and says, go to the shore, go to the shore. And you think, okay, well, you're learning to listen to your higher self. So you go to the shore, but you know that going to the shore means work. It means you're going to have to portage your canoe, carry your canoe through the forest, and there's no path. So you have to trudge, holding this really heavy canoe until you get to this bluff. And now you look down and you see that if you hadn't listened to your higher self, you would have gone down a treacherous waterfall and experienced pain and suffering, tragic trauma, drama, all of it. So here we have learned to listen to our higher self, to source, to be guided. Because we know if we do not listen to that voice, we're going to go through suffering. And suffering is what? Suffering is optional. Okay, layer number 7, infinite truth. Yay. This is the realm of source. Presence, being in the moment. This is why you hear me saying so often, how many of you are meditating on a daily basis? Being in stillness, unplugging from the 3D realm because it is doing everything right now so that you don't get here. It wants to keep you in number 1, maybe number 2. We are here to rise up. This is the ultimate layer because here there's no concept of truth at all because truth and illusion no longer exist as opposite. There is only presence. Let's breathe that in. It's presence. It's the frequency of I am. I am awareness. Source recognizing itself through you. The realization that truth isn't something you find, it is something that you already are. You are not a seeker anymore here. There's no more story here. So if you ever attended one of well, in the future, Ascend, the experience, I share with you how to let go of your story, the importance of letting go of your story, that you are no longer the seeker. There's no identity left to protect you. You embody truth here. Everything again is sacred, and the mind is quiet here. Yes, Peter, when you believe, you can co-create anything. I recommend, Peter, you go beyond belief because even the word belief has the word lie in it. So we're going from belief to knowing to remembering the truth of who we are. So remember, reality becomes an ever unfolding of expression of the one, observing itself through you, observing itself through others, infinite forms. Consciousness recognizes itself as both the dreamer. You are the dreamer and the dream. You are the actor. You are the avatar. You are the movie director. You are everything. And everything is sacred because everything is you. You are the producer of this 3D movie. And truth and love just become one right here. So truth, it's not a destination. It's a frequency. And again, you can only perceive truth at your level of awareness that you can hold. So if someone is not able to see what you see, we need to make that okay. They're not blind. They're just resonating at a different layer of truth. And your job is just to keep rising, keep opening, keep letting the next layer reveal itself to you. No rush. We don't have to rush. Okay? So when someone calls you crazy, again, it's never about you. It's just a mere moment. Okay, I would love for you to share what landed for you in the chat. Jacqueline, sorry. I'm source, recognize it itself as me. Yes, thank you. Glenda, heart always open and in open and always. Excellent. Rhonda, for me, it was everyone's truth matches their frequency, so no need to debate with them. Isn't that freeing? That is so freeing, isn't it? So instead of trying to convince others of your truth, just hold frequency, anchor presence. And truth, again, is not about being right. It's just about being real, being authentic for where you are. Oh, Esther, I'd love for you to share out loud your truth, what landed for you. That'd be great.
Sure. There were many things, but the two that I put in the chat were the truth isn't something I find, it's something I already am. And there's no identity left to protect me.
Beautiful. Thank you, Esther. Did I miss any other ones?
Yeah, there are a few more after mine. T, remember the truth of who you are. Karen, no fear of the future. Share, your truth doesn't threaten my truth. Daylan, truth is not something we find, it's who we are.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. I love it. Okay, everyone, just close your eyes. Just take a big deep breath in of life force energy. And just make these words your own. I return to my original frequency. I am remembering who I am before the fear, before the programming, before the fragmentation. I reclaim my encoded truth, my divine gifts, and my eternal knowing. I no longer need validation. I am the mirror. I restore the truth of my being now. I am aligned in purpose, abundance, and my soul's destiny. And so it is. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Lots of love. Together we rise.